Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice, and today it's Daxos the Returned is what we're going to talk about. For the first time, actually the real subject is a fate worse than death. That is, I would rather die first in a commander game knowing that I was targeted because I was a threat. The fate worse than death is having no interaction whatsoever. So, I'm going to play a casual deck. I'm going to make this a casual deck. I'm not so much concerned with winning as with playing. So to see more play, I'm going to play a less interactive deck strategy, forcing players to interact with me more. Did I say that right? I don't think so. Anyhow, it's enchantments. We're going to lean into somewhat the enchantments of the Daxos deck, but actually the cards that I singled out to actually talk about are pretty simple. There's no reason to really talk about the lands, because the lands in the deck, well, you already know that I'm going to use Crumbling Visage and Ether Hub to get my colored mana easily and quickly, and getting rid of tapped lands. The standout cards that are going in here, War Room is not necessarily a standout card. 2 life and 3 mana to get a card. Probably not the best value out there, but it will allow me to draw cards. The standout card that goes into the deck, though, is Hall of Heliod's Generosity. That card... Sorry, I don't want to run that over with my chair. That card did serious work. I believe I cast my... last game I played, Hall of Heliod's Generosity let me cast my Banishing Light on another player's commander so many times that I wound up pricing that commander out of the game. So definitely worth an addition with the reprint out there. I think it's a slightly more affordable card and worth going in any deck that relies on enchantments. It has a way of getting enchantments back. I am playing a more casual deck, a more casual build. However, I'm not wanting to dirtle and waste other people's time. So many times people, I don't think, respectful of the idea that not everybody gets out to play a game of Commander, and some people, I think, in my opinion, selfishly play Commander just for themselves, not thinking about other people's enjoyment of the game. And it's not your responsibility or my responsibility for other people's happiness, but on a personal note, I like to have the idea that everybody at the table is having a good time. So I do have some win conditions in here, and I do have some ways of getting win conditions. I do have a Mastermind's Acquisition, as well as a Diabolic Tutor for this deck. Again, I do want to have fun, I want to have interactions, but I understand also that I can get into a place where I can't possibly win, and if I need a way to break a tie or get my game-winning piece, I want to have that in there. I am not above playing a cat oven strategy in there too. Like I said, it's more about playing this deck into a mid-range area of the game, letting other people deal with major threats while I come from behind and win, even if it takes an approach of the second sun. The whole deck list is out there on Tapped Out, so you're welcome to take a look at it there and make suggestions, keeping in mind that I actually avoided the Sanguine Bond and Exquisite Blood combos like that. What I did put in here was things that gave me a little bit more risk, things like Demonic Pact. A fun card that could potentially backfire, but interesting to see people's reactions. I do have a Seal of Cleansing just in case that demonic pact stays on the board for a little bit too long. 4 other cards that I wanted to talk about that I don't think personally I see in enough other people's decks. And again, this is just my call as to what I think is fun. I don't think enough people are using Slash the Ranks. That was one of the sweepers that I put in here to get Planeswalkers. And I don't think enough people are playing that. It's 5 mana. It is a little white heavy with needing 2 pips in white. Another card that I like and has saved me in other decks, and I've added to this one, is Ruined Halo. The idea that some strategies, there's no magic bullets, there's no way to be prepared for everything, but that is one way to be prepared for that one card that shuts down your deck or impacts you in a negative way. Having said that, I could probably throw in Teferi's Protection and so on, but instead I've got a Gilded Light in there. You gain a Shroud until end of turn. Very niche-y, very specific, but again, I'm not going for the full-on win with this deck. Just kind of playing and having fun. Mid-range, when people suddenly find you as a target, I think that can help me survive a little bit longer. The one card in the deck that I don't think has enough love is Crystal Chimes. The idea that I can put all of my enchantments back into my hand makes that a card worth playing, and so on. Again, this is a quick look at a casual deck. Leave your comments below if you think I'm just completely off base playing it this way. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching.